Hello everyone. Happy 2024 and welcome. My name is Christy Archer of Christy Archer Designs and this is my knitting podcast. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate you taking the time to visit with me and chat all things knitty. I know that there are a lot of options out there and I really am thankful to have you spend some of your precious time with me. If you are not new here, you know how much I deeply appreciate you and love chatting with you guys in the comments. It is Tuesday, January the 2nd, and this is my 41st podcast. And today I'm going to be talking about out with the old. So the last few things I finished up in 2023 and old projects that, not old projects, but projects from 2023, and then I will talk a little bit about some new projects I will be working on. Sorry, I need to get my iPad up and make sure, yes, so finishing off 2023 today. That's what we are doing. So I am going to start with my finished objects and I will be able to go through these very quickly. They were my gift knits for the holidays and I showed one last time, talked about these. So this is a hat pattern I came up with. It's just a very basic, everyday, 1x1 ribbed hat. As a matter of fact, I'm writing it up in a pattern and I'll talk about that in just a minute. But the ones that you have not seen yet is this one. This is the size medium, I think. And you can tell that it has a great deal of stretch. It has a cute little, let's see. I love the way the crown does. This was knit up in Lion Brand's Wool Ease worsted. And I think it's like a 20% wool, 80% acrylic, I believe. So for gift knitting, I felt like this was a good yarn to use. It can be thrown in the washer and dryer and be done. So this one I made for my daughter Fairy, and I don't remember the color names on these, and I do apologize for that. If I remember the color names, I will pop them in the description along with all of the other information on everything I talk about today. So that is hat number one. It is a bottom-up construction, so you just cast on, work in the round, and then do your decreases. So that's the first one. And then the second one is for my oldest son, and I believe this one is the size large. And at this point, I was still kind of working through the pattern. I think I've got it pretty much perfected now. I ended up making 3, 4, 5, 6 hats total. 3 of them I've already shown. So anyway, I was getting the crown slightly better each time and getting the stitch count slightly better and the length. So I've tweaked it and I think sorry, there we go. There's the crown of this one. And like I said, these are so much fun to make up. You can make them up in a day and they make great gifts. So, and then this was the other one. Once again, all of these are Lion Brand Wool Ease yarns. So, and if you are a pom-pom person, it's easy to put a pom-pom in. So that is that for FOs on those 3. I do have 2 other FOs. I'm going to show one and then I'm going to go back to the hat. Excuse me. Sorry, I had something in my teeth. Okay, so I'm going to show what I made for my mother. Oh, and this was for my middle son, and I showed my husband's already. This is for my mother-in-law. She visited with us this Christmas, as she does pretty much every Christmas. And it was a little chaotic this year, so I didn't get this finished before Christmas. I got it finished the day she left was the day I finished it. Things finally slowed down long enough for me to sit down and work on it. So I made her a scarf, and I love, this was just a self-drafted scarf, and I really love the way it turned out. She likes to wrap it around and then tuck it through. So I thought this just made, I don't know if you can see it, but it has a cute little, starts at a point and ends with a point. And let's see. Not gonna, there we go. Okay, so garter edging. And I made this out of, once again, Lion Brand's Wool Ease. And I love this color. I think I'm gonna have to make me just a basic everyday raglan sweatshirty kind of vibe with this, because I really like the way this one turned out. And just to have an everyday kind of sweatshirt, you can throw it in the washing machine and wear it again and again and again and again, just lounging around the house. I think this would be pretty good. So anyway, it has cute little curl to it, the tips do. And yeah, so that is for my mother-in-law. Now that I am podcasting, I can get this in the mail to her. She lives in Arkansas, and they definitely are dealing with some cold weather, so she will be able to get some good use out of that. All right, my last FO is, if you are new here, Knit Picks sponsors a lot of my patterns. And so once I kind of worked through all the bugs of this pattern, I contacted them and they gave me yarn support. So this one is for me. Oh my gosh, I just love it. I am not a hat person. I do not wear hats at all, period. I think the last time I owned a hat, besides baseball caps, I do wear those, like if I'm working out or hiking or whatever. But I have not worn a hat since I was probably a child. I do not like the way I look in hats, but I love this hat. I love it. It is so cute. Okay, so, yay! Now my hair's a mess. Okay, hopefully that's not too bad. I'm so excited about this. This is going to be a free pattern. It's easy. There's nothing to it. It's literally, like I said, bottom up, 1x1 rib construction, and then you do super simple decreases for the crown. I just had to figure out the best rate of decrease and how many stitches. Like the one that I made my husband, I wish I had that with me. I went all the way down to, I think, like 6 stitches or 12 stitches. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I went all the way down to 6 and then tied it off, and it came up to a little bit of like a point. These I have gone back and I only work until I think it's like 24. Yeah, I think it's 24 stitches is what's remaining when I do the pull through and, you know, tie off all of the stitches, the live stitches. And it gives a nice, look at that crown. Isn't that gorgeous? And the fuzz, I just love it. So, yeah, so then you just fold up your brim and voila, you are done. You can just weave it. You only have 2 ends to weave in. So this lovely, lovely piece is made out of Knit Picks Aloft, which if you guys have never used Knit Picks Aloft, I highly recommend it. I have used quite a few mohairs, and for me, Aloft is next to Skin Soft. I used to dye yarn, and I had a mohair from the Bear Yarn Company that I bought from. I couldn't wear it next to skin. And then I've bought other hand dyeds and stuff, and I don't know if it has something to do with the fact that these are, maybe they're dyed different so they're softer. I'm not sure, but I really, really, really do like Aloft. And I actually have quite a few things I'm going to be knitting, have knit recently. And I'm late to the mohair train because I live in the desert and it really doesn't get cold here. But I do like the way it looks. So I'm just gonna suffer. We get a little bit of chilly, so chilly weather, so I'll be able to use them. But anyway, love, 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 love. This is done out of Knit Picks Aloft in the colorway Cosmopolitan and held double with Knit Picks Palette Cosmopolitan. And it is such a fun color. Now, the Aloft has a slight purple undertone to it, and the palette is just a fuchsia pink. So consequently, you kind of get a little bit of this purpley halo to it. It's not purple, but it has a purple undertone to it. It is fuchsia, but with a purple undertone to it. So anyway, I'm not a purple person, but this just turned out so cute. I'm so excited about this. So the pattern is going to be, like I said, for free, and it will be in sizes extra small up to extra large, fitting size, head sizes. I should have known this, or should have looked this up before I started. Okay, fits head sizes from like 12 to 15 inches up to 25 inches. So from baby up to extra large adult. And I don't know for a fact yet, but I think even the large sizes, one skein or one ball of each yarn will do any of the sizes. So on the smaller sizes, you may be able to get 2 hats out of, you know, the 2 balls of yarn. I think, and I am going to test this, but I think you will be able to use a worsted. The gauge is slightly different than what this one turned out, but I think you could still get the same gauge with those yarns as you can with this. You might just have to tweak your needle sizes a little bit, but this has not been blocked yet, so the stitches are not nice and even, but I'm super happy and ready to get this released. If you are interested in testing this for me, please comment below and or check out the link in the description for my testers. I may just go ahead and put a direct link to the test sign up. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I actually have quite a few test sign-ups coming up. So I may go ahead and put all of the links in the description box. The other one that I know I have coming up next week is my I Heart Stripes sweater. I'll pop a picture up here of it. This is just a snapshot. I don't have any photos yet. So I'll get photos as soon as I can, but I have those 2 tests coming up. This one I'm going to go ahead and start this week. So let me know if you're interested. It's a super fast project. Okay, let me get back to my notes. So we've done hats, we've done the mohair hat, we've done the scarf. So all of my FOs are out of the way. Now I am going to talk about my WIBs. I have 1 work in progress, and then I have 2 bagged and ready to go, and I'll talk about those. Okay, so this year I am going to be working on adding a lot of basics to my wardrobe. I'm ready to get those staple pieces that I'm going to pull out and use year after year after year. And I recently made an Ankers sweater by PetiteKnit in a green Upcycle Alpaca by Knit Picks, and I loved the way it turned out, so much so that I cast on another one a couple of days ago. And I am using the same yarn, and this is in colorway Celeste. It's somewhere here. And I like the way this yarn knits up. I don't know that I'd call it my 100% favorite, but I do love it because it has alpaca in it. The drape on this is divine. I absolutely love the drape on this. I'm just about done with the body, and then I'll be able to do the sleeves. Let me move my bag over here because I've only got a tiny bit of yarn left on that ball. So this is my Ankers sweater. You guys know I love my blue. And I did the same alterations to this one that I did to my other one. I'll try to remember to link that video in the description as well if you want to see my grass green Ankers sweater and my details that I talked about that. But basically, it says to use US 6 for the whole sweater, and I used a US 4 for the first 2 sections of 1x1 rib, and then I used US 5 for the last 3 sections of 1x1 rib, and then for the stockinette I'm using US 6. It gave me a really nice neck opening. This stretches really wide. Once it's blocked, it opens up. And honestly, I could have gone down even smaller, but I do like the fit of my first one, so that's what I'm doing. I just did the same exact thing. And then for my raglan increases, she has you work with 1 stitch in between the raglan increases. So you have 8 stitch markers. I detest working with 8 stitch markers. I don't know why, it's just a me thing. So I did 4 stitch markers. I refigured my my placement for my stitch markers because it is slightly different, and did that. And then I did a lifted increase 1 stitch before the marker and another lifted increase 1 stitch after the marker, and it gives this is my favorite raglan, my all-time favorite raglan. I am just obsessed with it. Oh, and one other thing I did different, the beginning of round is supposed to be center back, and I moved it to where it would end up where my raglan, so like if you were doing a standard raglan, your your beginning of round starts at where your back sleeve stitch is, your back right sleeve stitches. So I moved my stitch marker from the center back over to the back raglan stitch, if that makes sense. But other than that, everything's, you know, the same. Because I do the length of the body the same as what it calls for in the pattern. However, with the drape of the alpaca, it ends up being much longer, which is what I wanted, because I'm just wearing these with leggings and that gives me bum coverage, and I really do like that. The only thing I plan on changing from this one, from my first one, was I am going to make my sleeves longer. My sleeves were not long enough. I'm going to go back. I have plenty of yarn. I'm going to go back and make the sleeves longer on the green one. But I didn't make them longer, or I made them a little shorter, because I knew the alpaca was going to grow, which it did in the body, but it didn't in the sleeves, which was weird. I have thought about, and I may do this first, going back and reblocking and aggressively blocking the length of the sleeves. I may try that before I add more, but I don't want to distort it such that the stitches start looking different on the sleeves than they do on the body. So I'm not sure yet, but I do think I'm just going to lengthen the sleeves on this one a little bit, so I don't run into that same issue. So yeah, this should be done in a couple of days, and I am super excited to add it to my closet. So, Anchor Sweater by PetiteKnit. Yay! All right. So with that said, a while back when Knit Picks was having a sale sometime this past year, 2023, on their Alpaca Upcycle Alpaca, I had not used it before, so I went ahead and bought quite a few different colorways, and there's 2 different yarn weights. So there's worsted and there's sport. The first sweater I made was out of, I think it was charcoal, and I just self-drafted a basic raglan pattern. Love it. The second one I made was the green Ankers. Third is the blue Ankers, and I think I'm going to make one more Ankers. I'm kind of on an Ankers kick right now. So my third Ankers, fourth alpaca upcycle alpaca sweater, is going to be in this colorway. Obsidian. Wow, I cannot believe I read that without my glasses. It was a complete blur. So yes, I am super excited about having 3 Anker sweaters in my wardrobe. I know that sounds excessive, but it just, with this yarn, it just seems like a dream combo to me. For me, dream combination. So this will be, I think I'm going to cast this one on after I finish the blue one, because like I said, I do want to get some good staple sweaters. Well, staple garments this year, but right now I'm focusing on sweaters. So I think I'm going to do this next. And then when I'm done with this, I am working on another new pattern that is inspired from my spring fling cardigan. And I'll pop a picture up of my spring fling cardigan. It is a fingering weight raglan open front cardigan that is worked from the top down, and it is worked in stripes. I wore that cardigan recently, I think on one of my podcasts, and realized how much I really like that style. I love just an open front cardigan, and it just hangs nicely and everything. But I thought, you know what, I probably need a winter version, something that's a little bit heavier. So again, contacted Knit Picks, and My winter version is going to come in 2 options. And my first option, I'm excited. Oh, wrong one. I've got it bagged and ready to go. So I have never used this yarn from Knit Picks, and I'm really excited about giving it a try. This is their High Desert, which is one of their, I don't want to say high end, but it's one of their higher end, and it's yarns. It is, if I'm not mistaken, it's made here in the US, which I really like that. Let me see, I'm pretty sure, yes. Well, I don't know that it's spun here, but it is 100% American wool. And so I am going to be doing my striped version out of this colorway, which is Alder. Oops. And it is, like I said, this is sport weight. And the other color, and I think they're in the process of changing the way they put these up, because I can't remember which one came out first. I'll have to look back and see. So I'm not sure which way they are going to be sending out the new hanks, but I did get one of each, or the alders were skeined and, I'm sorry, hanked. They're in hanks, and these are done in skeins. And this one is colorway Coal, I think. Nope, sorry, Lava Fields. So I think this is going to be such a gorgeous, classical or classic cardigan. I'm so excited about it. So after the black sweater is done, this one I'm not casting on first, though I'm so excited about it. I think I'm going to cast on, I don't know, I may switch it around. But after the black Ankers, I'm thinking I'm going to cast this one on. I'm excited. So, loved the yarn combo of Palette and Aloft. So I'm going to be doing a second version in Palette and Aloft again, and this is colorway Tarragon. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to have the scrumptiousness on my body. And this colorway I just thought was so much fun. I used to wear this kind of color a lot. Let me take my glasses off, I'm sorry. I used to wear this color a lot, and I thought now that I'm going back blonde slowly, this looks really good with blonde hair and blue eyes for some reason, so I thought this would be fun to do, just a fun pop of color. Start to do cosmopolitan again, but I don't think my hair's quite there yet. It's, it'll take a bit for my hair to get to where I can wear fuchsia again. But anyway, so this is going to be a solid version of the Spring Fling, and I already have my name picked out for it. This version is going to be called, I say this version, the Spring Fling will be one version. The second version is going to be called Winter's Weather. And you will get the option of using fingering and mohair or a sport weight, and you can have fun from there. And then I will give instructions on stripe and solid. So that is what I will be doing soon. Let me see what my schedule is. I took the time the other day to schedule out myself for the next couple of months as far as my knitting. Wrong calendar. I still have my 2023 up. Okay, so I should finish up. Obviously, I'll be finishing up the blue Ankers in the next day or two. Could well, I could possibly have it finished tomorrow, but I'll probably finish it Thursday. And then I'm going to start on the black anchors. So my next podcast, I will come back. I will be in the works on that one. And then the following podcast, I will be able to show that one finished and one of the winter's weather cardigans. So excited. I am also going to be knitting up. Like I said, I do have my I Heart Stripes pullover. That is going into testing next Monday. So a week from yesterday. What is the date on that? Sorry guys, I'm so blind. Okay, so that is the 8th of January is when that test will start. And then I will start this one day this week, start the I Heart Stripes on Monday, and I am going to be knitting up a second version of that one. The first one I made up, it ended up being too small for me, and I really want one for myself. So that one is going to my daughter, and she's going to be doing the pictures, or I'm going to be doing pictures of her wearing that. So yeah, I'll be doing another one of those. If you want to test that for me, I would love to have you join. Like I said, I will put a link in the description box where you can just go straight to the sign up and let me know your preferred size. And as soon as I start the group on next Monday, I will get you added to it. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments, or you can go to my website, which is where if you click on some of the tester signups, that goes to my website. That's where I handle my tests. And you can message me through that as well. But yeah, that's it for today. And somewhere in here, I'm going to be putting in some B-roll footage of some hiking that I've been doing recently. And that's it. I hope you enjoy your visit. I hope your new year is off to a fantastic start, and I can't wait to hear what you guys are working on. So I will see you again next week. Bye.